Yo, welcome back to another episode of Dominique Davis's YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep running these videos up. I'm here to drop some gems on Delusion. I want to talk to you about Delusion. Got my coffee here. Black coffee with just a little bit of cream. You know, we can't be getting diabetes out here. I know I normally have the Voss water, but it's early. We need to wake up. But I want to talk to you, about delusion, because I call delusion the ultimate dream killer. And I'll go into about 4 points on why. Got my notes here. Keep me organized so we can make this flow if I look down at my phone. But delusion is the ultimate dream killer because it gives you a false pretense of what has been achieved or what hasn't been achieved, right? So one of these major points, point number one, is it distorts your decision making. And this is what I mean when it distorts your decision making. It's like you have such a false pretense of how far you've come or, what has been achieved or what hasn't been achieved, that when you're making decisions to attempt to work towards that goal, because I always say this, losers and winners have the same goal. If the goal is making money, they both want to be rich. The difference is one doesn't have a false pretense of what needs to go into the work that needs to be put in to get to that goal, which are the winners. The losers just stay stagnant in their delusion and they stay on, spin cycle in the same spot. So it literally messes up your decision making on the actual steps that you need to take to get to that next level. You've all seen and know these people. You've heard it. To us, it becomes apparent. Like you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, that person's delusional. Maybe you were delusional at one point. We're all, we're all human. We all make mistakes, right? So, but the less delusional you are and the more real you are about your reality, the easier it is to pick up when you hear somebody talk. Because delusion, it looks like, in its form, it's like, oh yeah, you're telling me this, but in reality, this is actually what I see and actually what is happening. This is actually what you have. This is actually what you achieved. What you're saying to me isn't even measurable. I can't even verify it. So it affects your day-to-day, month-to-month, year-to-year decision-making mechanisms that are ultimately supposed to be the sum of decisions you make that add up to success. The problem is when you're delusional, those decisions couldn't be further from the target or further from the mark of what success is. And so you have to be real. And it's okay. We all have our shortcomings. It is okay. That makes us who we are today, sitting in front of this camera. Or sitting on the other side of the camera, the seat that you're sitting in right now or wherever you're watching this video, that makes you who you are today, your shortcomings, and that's okay. All my shortcomings were lessons learned. I can go through a bunch of them. And I'm glad. It was hard, yeah, and it doesn't feel good. But I'm glad I went through those things because it helped my decision making on what I needed to do to get to where I'm at today. If I was delusional about how bad it hurt, or I was delusional about how bad this is, or I was delusional of like what I need to do to get out of this situation, I wouldn't even be where I am today. So it affects your decision making. That's number one. Point number two, it puts a strain. And when I say a strain on relationships, man, oh my God, it will put, we could be talking about men to men, being delusional. It's just annoying to hear a delusional man. Like, it's really annoying because you just know they're lying. They're lying to themselves. I don't even know if sometimes they know they're lying. They sound so, they talk with so much conviction that you don't even, you're like, does this person think I believe them or do they believe their own lies? But it puts strains on relationships because you look at this person like they're crazy. Now, if this is your homeboy, you might just chalk it up. Hey, that's just that person being that person and they're just delusional. Clearly whatever he's telling me he did or did not do, or whatever he tells me he has, he does not have. I see it. It doesn't even pass the eye test. We can see it. But man to girlfriend, like, your girlfriends, if the man's delusional, it gives the woman a false sense of maybe his achievements and what he can provide. So the woman almost feels like she got duped, into a relationship based off false premonition, and that's just only going to cause strain in the relationship. If a woman is delusional to you men about what's going on, it's going to make you guys argue all the time, because what she's upset about or how she's feeling is not a reflection of reality or even what happened. That's her own paranoia and her delusion taking over. So it puts strains on relationships. So the closer you can sit in reality to what is actually happening and process it, the less strain on those relationships. All right. Point number 3. It does have an emotional impact. It does drain you. Depending on how invested you are with that delusional person, it does drain you. Whether that's your homeboy, if you hang with him all the time and this dude is always delusional, it will drain you emotionally. If it's your girlfriend, if it's your wife, or if it's women, if it's your husband, it will drain you because there's a deficit there. Depending on how close this relationship is, it's going to take it. You're confused all the time. And we know confusion. When the brain is confused, it is fatigue. That is the brain cranking and cranking, but there's no movement or no motion or no momentum, but it's cranking, it's working. Confusion drains you. So when this person is tripping on you for something that didn't even happen for real, they're paranoid. That's not even reality. Like, no person will walk into that room and say that's what happened, but you. So to the victim of whoever's on that side of the delusion, it's going to drain them, because one, they're going to try to bridge the gap between false pretenses and reality the best they can in the most logical way. And then the person that's delusional is going to look them straight in their face and make them try to feel like they're just dumb, The lightning came down. Like they're just dumb. So it's one of them situations where you just gotta be real, so you don't put the emotional deficit on other people. It's not fair to them, right? So there is an emotional impact and a mental cost to dealing with delusional people. All right. Point number 4. A lot of delusional people are resistant to help. They are really resistant to help. Like, they're so delusional about their achievements and their ability, they don't think they need it. Or they don't think you can help them. But they can't help themselves. They just don't know it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like, hey, I'm gonna give you an example. It's like the person is telling you they have a whole bunch of money, right? You don't see it. That's fine, but you don't see it reflected in any avenue that indicates that this person is wealthy. Like, you just don't even see it. I'm not even saying they got to have flashy cars or clothes, but there's nothing in their life that adds up to tell you that they're wealthy, right? And you see this. Matter of fact, you see the opposite. You see things that's indicating the opposite. So you're a certified CPA. You know accounting very well. You're a certified CPA and you offer help. This person will tell you that they got too much money and they don't have to worry about that. Or this person will tell you, oh yeah, I'm good in that department. I'm good. Yeah, I got this. They have none of it. But here you are, you have a resource that can dig you out of that credit hole. You have a resource that can actually build your assets. You have a resource that can tell you how to get that house. But you're so delusional about your achievements and where you are, you don't even see that this is your tour guide to success, and he's sitting right in front of you. He's saying, hey, I'm going to offer my assistance. But you're so narcissistic and delusional and lost in your own lies that you're not even willing to take and walk with that person to the road to success, and you miss out on opportunities and you stay in the same spot. It's like a map that just sends you in circles and you don't even realize it because you lied to yourself for so long. So just know, when people are offering you help in the expertise of the domain that you want to get to, hear them out. It's you can always learn. None of us know everything. I can learn. If you guys drop something in the comment, teach me something. Shit, I'm here to just be real. Like, that's why I keep my damn lightning fell. I'm here to keep all of the content that I do is going to be organic. It's not scripted. It's from the heart. And I promise to keep it real. As long as y'all keep subscribing and we keep running this up, I'm going to keep it a bag with y'all. I ain't gonna lie about nothing. You know, I filmed this damn episode in my house. I'm in my house though. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep it real. We ain't gonna be doing all that. I ain't got all the flashing lights and everything. I just want y'all to get a good message, you know. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Yeah, let's tune in next time. I'll have another episode. Hopefully you had a good takeaway from that, and we'll see you next time.